Hey everyone, Richard Metalfan here, finishing up the Dark Funeral Discography review, and today we're going to be talking about their last album, Where Shadows Forever Reign, or the most recent album, but it won't be for much longer, leading up to their new album, which comes out on the 18th. This album, I feel like, marks sort of like a new beginning and a new start for Dark Funeral. For one thing, after the previous album, Angelus Pro, the album, I'm not gonna bother butchering the album title. After that, Emperor Magnus Calugia had left the band because he wanted to be like a family or start a family and stuff. But with this album, they got a new vocalist a guy by the name of Hellemarder, and I think he is a great addition to Dark Funeral, and that's pretty much really what got me into this band. I mean, I liked all their stuff before, but this is really what solidified me and become a big fan of Dark Funeral. And I'll just dive right into this. The production on this album is just, it pretty much feels like this could probably be their best album since The Secret of the Black Arts. In fact, I feel like it kind of has the artwork kind of has that similarity a little bit with the darkish blue, evil, dark thing. It's just fucking sick. One thing to note, Hellemarder's vocals, I think he's probably the best vocalist they've had to date. He just has that sick shrieks and then the guitar work on this album is tight. Lord Aruman and Chak Mol just are fucking great. Come up with some really great riffs. Has very rhythmic sounding riffs, but also has melody on top of it. And that's kind of like one thing I like about Dark Funeral. They kind of like that stand out from all the other black metal bands. They have the essence of melody in their sound. Bass wise, they didn't have an official bassist on this album, so actually Lord Aruman actually handled all the bass tracks on this album, and he does a really great job holding down the fort rhythmically. And drumming wise, Dominator, this sadly is the last album with him on drums, but God, what a way to go all out. So without further ado, let's dive into this album track by track. Now, starting things off is Unchain My Soul, which I think is a great opener, and I love how it starts off with the guitars playing some sort of melancholic riffs that kind of like sound something from like Secret of the Black Arts, and that raw sound actually works well, sort of like the emotional tone that lies within it. And the drums still go with their blast beats, but it's not done to show off how fast it is for the sake of it. And each beat might have some in it, so the drumming gives the overall song like the power. Even the bass, I feel like, in my opinion, is a mass improvement from the last album, and it's more rigid and it provides a lot of structure to it. I don't know, and I love the overall atmosphere here, and it offers some of Dark Funeral's most melodic riffs, and it really works fantastic. I think it's a great way to start off this album. And then we go into As One We Shall Conquer. Now this song has a very kind of like an anthemic vibe to it. It's unbelievable, but it doesn't mean it's bad though. It starts off slow and dissonant, and then sort of like goes right into a blast beat, which is very familiar with the fans of this band. Next song on the album is called Beast Above Man. Has that really sick stuff rhythmically, and also a really great lead that plays over it. It's just very melodic sounding. Next song on the album is called As I Ascend, and this song is pretty much over 6 minutes. It includes some like creepy church bell intro and outro samples, and this song really digs into the roots of black metal by keeping it basic yet beautiful, which is kind of weird to say for a black metal band, but no blast beat overload nor a continuous tremolo riff. Not to say that those elements don't work, but this song reminds me of why I like the genre in the first place. Next up is Temple of Aruman. Now, I feel like this song just takes you to the pure darkness behind the band. While I feel like Dark Funeral aren't a band that sticks to the rules and regulations of black metal in terms of non-music related actions, the track itself is, in my opinion, one of the best masterpieces in black metal. And Temple of Aruman just really has a very dramatic amounts of chills that just go down your spine. It's just so dark as a song, and it's clearly intellectual in terms of how flawless each bit is, and everything just flows into each other effortlessly. The next song on the album is called The Eternal Eclipse. Now this pretty much marks the upward slide, though I feel like I don't know, it's just a really epic song. Next up is To Carve Another Wound. Now, this song has definitely a lot more groove tying in, but it works. In fact, the way that the grooves and the rhythm work together with the standard black metal sound, it makes it very genuinely darker and a lot more kind of hypnotic sounding. And there is something that fans love about black metal as a genre, is to make them feel powerful and in control of things that they may not do in any other time. And I feel like this song has that kind of quality to it. Next up is Nail Them to the Cross. Now, this pretty much displays expert skills, and usually with the singles that are on albums as seen as songs that will sell the most. But I feel like Dark Funeral haven't done it with this one. And it just shows the listeners how dark they're getting as well. And then we close things out with the title track, Where Shadows Forever Reign. And I think it's a really great, strong way to end this album. The riffs just coming, oozing dark, foggy atmospheres, and it's just fucking great. And it's the only song that really truly approaches the same territory as The Secret of the Black Arts. And Hella Martyr really shines here too. And his voice is pretty simple, but he's clearly a capable vocalist, and he just sounds really great over the riffing here. Now, overall, Where Shadows Forever Reign by Dark Funeral, really great album. If this would easily be in like my top 10, top 5 albums of 2016. So if I had to give this song a score, I'm going to give this a solid 9.5 out of 10. And yeah, that's my review of that album, guys. And I'm really looking forward to their new album, which comes out on the 18th. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, that's my review of the album, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, and I'll see you all in the next video. And as always, keep it metal.